Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name's Carmen. Today we have a reading for Taurus, and we've got Temperance in the reverse and the Three of Wands to start us off with the pre-shuffle today, giving me a little bit of a heads up that we have some sort of disagreement or argument. The word that really sticks out to me is discord, but I also believe that there's some impatience here, possibly on both sides. But there's somebody who has put together a plan, some sort of change, and there's a need to talk this through. And I think this is going to be a productive conversation, right? So let's call in spirit with a little bit of wind chime chime. Just a little bit. I hope you're having a great day so far. Let's get started with the energy oracle. We have indecision. And attachment. So Taurus, it looks like we're dealing with a situation where you've probably had a number of issues or perhaps even straight up arguments. And it feels to me like it keeps coming back to one particular misalignment here, something like a difference in how you live. Just as an example, one person likes to drink, the other person doesn't. Doesn't have to be that. But there's something here where the arguments keep rolling back to something that is not mixing well between the two of you. And with the attachment card, do you see how she's holding a mask? Feels to me like there was somebody that felt like they could kind of hide maybe what this core element is, or try to present themselves as a different version, right? A little bit of a facade here, trying to pretend like they were not dealing with some sort of issue. We have the fifth chakra and Archangel Gabriel. The fifth chakra is the solar plexus chakra, which is self-definition. So it feels to me like that's confirmation that somebody's not necessarily willing to admit that they have something they do with regards to their lifestyle that they should probably be changing. With the temple path coming out, this is all about purpose or your calling, what you should be dedicating your time and energy to, right? Not that you can't have anything else going on, but the issue at hand could pertain to somebody's work or career, perhaps even just how they spend their money. All right, let's dive into the tarot with the Meta Muse. All right, we have the King of Swords in the reverse and the Prince of Swords in the reverse, along with the Four of Wands. Yeah, there's somebody in this situation that is reckless. They do things without really thinking them through, even though I do think I'm reading for somebody who's dealing with somebody that's actually pretty intelligent. There's just a drawback here, like a blind spot, something they don't really handle well. Again, could be finances. With the Prince of Swords in the reverse, that's like the Knight of Swords in the reverse. There's something that really kind of makes whatever this drawback is all the more apparent because they were reckless with this situation. With the Four of Wands, it's kind of giving me both good and negative energy here. Like somebody feels that they're not going to actually have to deal with the fallout of this situation because of who they are or where they came from, something along those lines. And also that something happens to change someone's perspective. I think this person is changing your perspective. If you are resonating with the King of Swords, then how you handle the situation is changing somebody's perspective about you. Not usually how I see the Four of Wands, but it's like somebody is redefining what they want in a relationship. And now we have confirmation of that with the Three of Pentacles and the Lovers in the reverse, as if to say, I don't know if I really want to collaborate with this person that I thought was my soulmate. It even looks like they're getting married in that Three of Pentacles card. Not that you have to be married, but it does look like we're talking about somebody that's had a committed relationship here with somebody. We have the Fool, a desire to try something different. But there's indecision, remember? I don't remember how much I showed you guys this card. I really do like it. We have somebody, see those signs telling you how to get to where you need to go? We have somebody who knows exactly how to get where they need to go, but there's a conversation standing in between them, maybe more than that, them and where they need to go, right? Like they probably have to take action on some things as well. Part of the Prince of Swords in the reverse element here could be that somebody is not taking action because the Knights are about action. With the Eight of Cups, we have somebody who knows they have to walk away from something they have invested in. There's nothing we can really do here to change a certain aspect of the relationship. So it does warrant somebody finding a new path, right? Hi there, Miss Joanna. How are you doing? But we have Justice coming out sideways. And I feel like this is as if to say we've got, we have the indecision card, right? We have like somebody still kind of weighing out their options, almost like I don't want to completely end something here. I would rather kind of pretend it's not as bad as it is and see if there's any way to get around this, right? Hi, Miss Brianna. How are you doing? So, I don't know, just a little bit hesitant, right? Like, the Band-Aid needs to come off, but you don't want to deal with the pain of ripping the Band-Aid off. So you're like, I'll just wait like another hour. It'll be just fine. But we have the Hermit in the reverse. So I feel like this reading is for somebody that needs a little bit of confirmation in terms of this quagmire, right? Like, it feels to me like you love this person, you don't really want to walk away from this, but you realistically know that that's what you have to do. It's this combo right here is giving me like love is not enough. There's a lot that you can do that might be a little bit off the beaten path or a little bit strange for people, and you can justify it with love, but at the same time there is a point at which in many relationships, you realize if I keep doing the same thing, it's not going to change the outcome. I'm still going to end up upset over this or fighting over that. So, what am I really doing except for like kicking the can down the street, right? Taurus, that's your card, the Empress. I had to look back to see the Empress card. I feel like, and she's looking back. She's looking back at the Ace of Cups. So I feel like there's something holding you in this situation along the lines of really good memories or feeling like someone was really there for you when you needed somebody. And it's holding you back from being able to make this decision final or communicate this decision. Eight of Wands, communication, action. So we at one point had the Knight of Swords in the reverse indicating a lack of action, and now we have the Eight of Wands, which is fast moving action or communication, both of which would be, I think, the next thing that needed to be done here. This is the Marigold Tarot. Two of Cups. Clarifying the Eight of Cups is walking away from a love situation. And Page of Wands. I think this is somebody trying to, I'm tempted to say sugarcoat, but it's also maybe just trying not to be a jerk about this conversation. Like, how can I not approach it as a fight? Because I think you're really done with the fighting. Death in the reverse. Page of Cups in the reverse. The Lovers. So, Death in the reverse, underneath the Hermit in the reverse, is, for me, like a record skipping. Something that aligns, I think, really nicely to what I started the reading with, in terms of somebody having a lifestyle choice or a habit or some sort of difference between two people that really just, you don't know how to make it work. It's taking them off their course or taking them away from something they need to do. This is avoidant behavior in my mind. And with the Temple path, I feel like, Taurus, you are likely being reminded that there's abundance waiting for you, but you do have to choose the right path. If you get distracted by things that you know are not a good use of your time, you're not going to get the blessings that you know are around the corner. The Page of Cups in the reverse is kind of like that, giving me the vibe of like doing the same thing but expecting different results as the definition of insanity, and somebody realizing that they have basically let a love situation or a soulmate get them stuck in like a repeating, like Groundhog Day. I don't know, maybe you guys haven't seen that movie, it's kind of old. But things just keep repeating. It's a cycle. For some of you, codependency is an issue here. We have 10 of Cups. This is clarifying the Empress. And I don't feel like I really said enough about the Empress. The Empress, for those of you who don't know much about that particular card, this doesn't have to be a female, right? We all have feminine and masculine, but we have, with the Empress, an energy of somebody who knows how to be intelligent, who knows how to be strategic, who knows how to draw people in with their personality. Could be a creative person, could be a mother, a father even, but this is somebody who I think has provided for another person. So this codependency could be financial, but with the 10 of Cups, it feels to me like this Empress has been providing a safe place, taking care of somebody. And with the 7 of Rings in the reverse, that's the 7 of Pentacles, by the way, same as this one right here. It feels to me like this was somebody kind of mooching or using the situation, not necessarily wanting to be, like, they didn't want to admit what was going on there, right? Trying to avoid the conversation that would provide an honest assessment of what's going on or what the expectations are, because somebody was trying to avoid this, right? But we have Ace of Wands and Strength. So this feels to me like a little bit of a call to action, but also like a reminder that you have the strength or courage that you need to be able to make this decision, have this conversation, and have a new beginning. Because there's something here that I feel like is pulling at you. Like, you know, you're supposed to do something different or go somewhere different or be with someone different. But the consequences of that action is what's holding you back from actually doing it. So I feel like you're putting someone else before yourself in a situation where you've kind of been slammed with some intuitive messages, probably in your dreams, maybe in music, but something along the lines of like, hey, you got to put your own mask on first when a plane is going down, right? So with the Queen of Cups and the Fool, the message that I'm getting from these two cards is you are a loving, compassionate person, but you also have to have boundaries. It isn't worthwhile to waste your energy on people that are a sponge and don't necessarily know how to learn how to take care of themselves or learn how to deal with their own trauma themselves, right? if you pour all of this love and compassion into somebody who's not doing anything with it, it only taps you in terms of what energy you have to offer the world. And it robs somebody else out there who would actually change or develop or find a way to deal with that trauma with the help of your love. It robs them of that opportunity, right? So it's a matter of having a conversation with yourself, acknowledging that you are deserving of boundaries, and then being able to communicate in a loving way, like, I've been trying to help, but you have to at some point help yourself. King of Rings. King of Pentacles, by the way. This is under the Lovers. So just kind of confirms for me, we've got somebody who is leveraging that love or compassion that you have to try to take advantage, probably financially. We have the Four of Swords in the reverse and the Nine of Cups in the reverse. So, yeah. Somebody is capable of changing whatever this is that they have not healed or addressed or talked about, but they would rather rely on others. This Nine of Cups in the reverse is coming across to me as somebody who's a little bit self-absorbed, a little bit entitled, not really wanting to deal with the problem. Maybe it's, that they could get a job if they wanted to because they've recovered from some illness, but they don't want to admit to it, like, no, I'd rather sit on my ass all day. Something along those lines. All right, let's see what else we have. This is the Rider-Waite. And this for Taurus. We have Miss Joanna's favorite card, the Moon and the Tower. There may be a surprise, or there may have been a surprise event, communication, change of events, something here that really pushed you to view the situation differently and realize that there was a change that was needed. For some of you, this could be catching someone taking something that wasn't theirs, hearing them talk about you in a way that was unflattering, such as, oh, yeah, Tommy? Yeah, no, he just pays my bills. Not a big deal. Like something here opened your eyes. Yeah, Eight of Swords in the reverse. And this helped you to see that there was a problem that maybe was even bigger than what you anticipated, right? And it led you to realize you have to make a decision. For some of you, you maybe just made this decision or, in the last week, but it took a while, right? You had to kind of build yourself up to it. And then whatever this was, this piece of information that helped you see things for how they truly were, this person is not necessarily sorry that they did what they did, but sorry that they got caught is more the feeling that I got here. Knight of Swords. Oh, Lord. The Fool in the reverse and King of Wands in the reverse, Knight of Pentacles. So with these two, we've got somebody decided to lash out. Hi there, Amber. Somebody decided that they didn't really need to think through the situation. They were just going to react, but they made the situation worse. So this could be somebody who lost their temper with you over something that really they were mad at themselves about. And it came across to you as somebody being a bit of a bully or short-sighted, right? They didn't want to admit or be honest about their own shortcomings or what they did to cause the situation. They were looking for somebody to blame. And with the Knight of Pentacles, there's slow progress or movement forward. Honestly, it kind of feels to me like it's a little bit of an indictment on this King of Wands in the reverse, saying whoever was taking advantage here, they weren't really working that hard to make any changes. They might say, oh, I'll do X, Y, Z as long as you believe me, but then they only do X, right? For others of you, you see right through this promise. You're not really tempted to see if they're going to follow through. Um, let's get a couple Lenormand. This is the Fairy Lenormand. The Snake. Taurus, you might want to check out the reading I did yesterday about family issues, because this could be related if it's not a love situation. It also might just resonate no matter what. But I literally called out these two cards in the reading yesterday, so weird. Mice and Snake, both about loss, trickery, thievery. I can't say that word without thinking of Thievery Corporation. Anybody else? I hear you, Miss Joanna. So there's somebody here. Do you see how the fairy is like sprinkling a little fairy dust over the snake? I feel like there was an attempt here to convince others, perhaps in a family, perhaps in a community, perhaps at a workplace, trying to basically get other people on their side, even though they were in the wrong. And I feel like at least one person was like ballsy enough to be like, that doesn't sound truthful to me, actually. So I don't think this campaign went quite as well as they thought it would. And again, there's a situation here where somebody is not doing right by you. They're not willing to be honest about what they could do differently, or maybe not even willing to be thankful for what you did, right? We have the Alien card in the reverse, which is about telepathy, dreams, and songs, getting messages. But this is in the reverse, right underneath the moon. So I do feel like there's still a little bit of a surprise waiting for you, or something you don't really anticipate. So I don't know. Be on guard a little bit. Like this, if you think this is over, it may not be over. We have crushed, sad, broken, feeling alone. This person is likely trying to play a little bit of a victim right now. And then we have Bounty Hunter in the reverse. This is under judgment, so I don't know. This feels to me like, again, we have something avoidant here. Somebody doesn't want to deal with something. Maybe they're really difficult to find. Financial support. Yep. So the main motivation here was, how do I make sure that I get money out of this situation? We have obsession, must have, indulgence, indulgence, and trash. So to have trash underneath the Fool in the reverse, honestly, the vibe that I'm getting is the reputation of this person was hit pretty badly by a reckless action of theirs. Perhaps they stole something of yours because they needed to buy something pertaining to this lifestyle, right? If there were addictions, for example. But I kind of feel like somebody didn't do a good job of throwing away like a receipt. Something here might have been found that gave a little bit of, I don't know, substance, not to use that word too much, but to whatever claims you had, or gave you a little bit of proof, right? Hi, Voodoo. How are you doing? I'm just throwing cards over here, slanging cards. Yeah, I think we have some sort of issue here. For some of you, it might have been gambling or just like an online shopping addiction. We have focused in the reverse and insatiable. So this person could have some issues sticking with it, right? Like they might make a promise and really struggle to see it all the way through. If they tell you that they're going to read a whole book, they might read the first chapter. I don't know why you would be telling them to read a book. All right, let's go to the Kipper. What else do we have for Taurus, please? imprisonment, bad health. So I don't think for many of you there's an actual jail situation here, but for some of you there is. I think more like commonly, I think we have somebody here who is trying to leverage some sort of ailment as a reason why they can't work or a reason why you should give them stuff, right? Like, look at me, I can't do anything, so why don't you go make money for me? We have pathway in the reverse, which is basically, this is the equivalent of the temple path card that we pulled from the energy oracle. And with it being in the reverse, it feels to me like this is the universe saying, whoever this person is that's trying to use you, they are keeping you away from something you were meant to do. Main male. Family room in the reverse, and distant horizons in the reverse. So for a lot of you, this is not somebody you like grew up with, but you're still very close with them. For some of you, they view you as this main male, like you should be able to make things happen. They go to you for everything. And for others of you, this main male is the person who is putting on this charade, acting like they can't really handle the demands of a job. But really, from this combo here, I see that we have somebody that is pretty close to you. Yeah, they like kind of give me a little bit of a clinger vibe because they don't want to miss any opportunities that would be beneficial for them. We have wealthy man in the reverse and courtship. For those of you where this was a romantic relationship, this person may have lied to you about how financially stable they were in order to get you to like kind of like fall in love and then be able to take advantage of you. So I do think for probably the large majority of you, whoever it is that you're dealing with, this is somebody who tried to make it seem as if they were going to pay you back or they had a way to make things right for you, but they don't really intend on doing that. What do you think, guys? Should we get a couple from the Spiritual AF deck? Hi there, Heather. How are you doing? You are correct. Come on, guys. Give me some likes. Appreciate you, Heather. And Huda, hi there, Miranda. How's it going? Happy Sunday. All right, so we have think twice before you give a fuck. This is highlighting that idea of maybe you let that compassion that you have control your actions a little bit too much, and you might need to, ramp up those boundaries a little bit better. We have you can't save your face and your ass at the same time. That's a good one. So, you got to do right by yourself, right? We have, it's up to you to find beauty in the ugliest days. I like the background on that one. And then forgive the fuck out of somebody today. But also, fuck what they say. I love these cards. All right, we'll get just a few from the Zodiac fortune telling cards, and then we'll call it a day. It's beautiful here too. I'm glad to hear it, Miranda. Yeah, I might go for a little bit of a walk after this. A stranger who will turn into a good friend. So this could be what you are being held back from in terms of why it's important to move beyond this situation. It looks to me like there's somebody you're about to meet that you'll hit it off right away and they'll become a close confidant. You have wealth inherited from an unexpected quarter. Another reason why I feel like this could be related to the reading from yesterday. So maybe I'll put that in the comments for you guys. Oops. You are inclined to make people happy. Good for you. I like you. A family grief. And you have people near you who are not true. Well, if that's not confirmation with regards to somebody in the family being a little bit less than trustworthy, I don't know what would be. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'm hoping I can come back and do Virgo for you guys today as well. Ooh, Ohio. I'm worried about Ohio. I hope everything's all right. I know you'd probably mention if you were near like the, what was it, East Palestine area, but oh Lord, yeah. Oh, thank you, Heather. All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you on the next reading. Bye.